Cinsimizle ilgili problemlerimiz var. İnsanların çoğu farkına bile varmadan cinsiyetçilik yapıyor. Erkeklerin kadınlardan ya da heteroseksüellerin homoseksüellerden üstün olduğunu savunuyor. Bu ideolojilerle oluşturulan ön yargılar ayrımcılığa, tecavüzlere, cinsel istismarlara yol açıyor. Stereotipler D'Angelo'nun kafasında da var. Zaten aklı çok karışmış durumda. Sürekli gelgitler yaşayan bir ruh hali var ve cinayetleri hatırladıkça o ruhunun ya da belki de insanlığın ruhunun karanlık dehlizlerine dalmaya başlıyor.
So, what kind of connection did you find with the first homicide?
The first one? But this was the point where I became obsessed. The park where the second murder was committed
Yes.
was on a street in Lower Manhattan called Worst Street. It's also known as the Avenue of the Strongest. This is where the Department of Sanitation is located. At NYPD, we call ourselves New York City's finest. The Department of Sanitation calls itself New York's strongest.
Strongest? It's not the phrase you found at the first crime scene.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a valid connection by itself, but somehow it was enough for me, you know?
Very interesting.
Yes, very. But the killer of the case was caught after a short while, too. And that theory died. Shh.
I don't know. You seem to want to be something. I mean, it has to have a meaning, right? What if you are right? What if there is a connection between two deaths?
That's what I was thinking.
So nobody else saw a connection?
Well, they didn't say if they did. I mean, they had written confessions, evidence, everything. The killers were the killers, the cases were closed. Well, it was chalked up to coincidence. You know? You needed more, evidence to go into those cases with greater analysis. But not for me. But I kept thinking there had to be something more. At first I thought that the words referred to the locations of the murders. And then I thought maybe it's us.
What?
I mean, there was no serial killer. The homicides were all solved. Sometimes the truth is simply what it is.
What do you mean?
There was another case. It's pretty straightforward. Until we saw the identity of the victim. That sent a ripple through the whole department. Apparently they had an argument, the victim and her killer, on the price, you know? Tensions get high. The man gets upset and he just starts beating her with his bare hands. Yeah, he beat her to death with his bare hands. I thought she was a small-time hooker. You know, it wasn't until later that I found out that she was a transgender woman. And I judged her. Another victim that I judged and loathed for no reason. She wasn't a prostitute. That was my first reaction to seeing her. That's where my mind went.
It's jammed. What do we do now?
Stay calm. Look, I know this place. Every room has an exit.
I hope that's true.
We'll find a way.
Look, there is a rope here.
Sometimes scouts use this place.
Bu kez kelimenin gerçek anlamıyla bir ip ucu bulduk galiba. Dedektifle birlikte çıktığımız bu yolculuk adeta aydınlıktan karanlığa doğru ilerliyor. O demir kapı rüzgarın etkisiyle üzerimize kapanınca geri dönüş yolumuzu da tıkamış oldu. Mağara gibi o yerde kapalı kaldık. Peki ya çıkış yolu yoksa? Ya kapana kısıldıysak? Bir arkadaşım cinayet öyküleri yazmak istiyordu. Ama mükemmel cinayet öyküleri. Ve öyküsü için tasarladığı cinayet de gerçekten kusursuz gözüküyordu. Tıpkı Agatha Christie'nin hikayelerinde olduğu gibiydi. Hatta o kadar mükemmeldi ki katili kendisi de bulamadı. Ve sonra vazgeçti. D'Angelo'nun kafasını kurcalayan, geçmişte işlenmiş bu cinayetlerin kendisini bu kadar etkilemesine izin veren şey de buna benzeyen bir takıntı işte. Anlattığı olayların hepsinde de katillerin kim olduğu kesin olarak belli. Üstelik yakalanmışlar, yani ortada bir seri katil falan yok. Öte yandan her olayda öyle görünmez ipler var ki hepsini bir şekilde birbirine bağlıyor. Bilemiyorum, belki de o mağarada gördüğüm ipten dolayı bütün bunlar aklıma geldi. İnsan karanlık bir yerde uzun süre kalınca gördüğü her şeyi gerçeğin kendisi zannetmeye başlıyor. Tıpkı Platon'un mağarasında olduğu gibi.